detail by ensuring their inclusion in the corresponding extract of the ID database. Persons in detention awaiting trial. Persons with physical disabilities through making polling stations more accessible. Consideration should be given to further enhancing the secrecy of the ballot by issuing detailed guidelines instructing voters to fold their ballot paper before casting them in the ballot box, by providing clear guidelines on the layout of polling stations, mandatory for the polling stations commissions, with the aim of screening the choice of the voters from sight, providing tactile ballot papers for voters with visual impairments. Consideration should be given to promoting greater inclusion of women in elected office through requiring that political parties integrate women in all party structures and place female candidates in winnable positions, both within party lists and in individual districts. Transparency to voter registration could be enhanced by publishing, in a timely manner, detailed preliminary and final information on the updating process, including a breakdown by category of the number of eligible voters added and/or removed from the voters register at the date when the register is closed. Consideration could be given to review the complaints and appeals procedures within the electoral management framework with a view to ensuring consistency of implementations. These guidelines could be issued by means of a decree of the relevant election committee. Consideration could be given to organizing training for all district committee and polling station members in order to further enhance their efficiency on election days, which actually was already quite high. A training of trainers approach could be an option. A comprehensive voter education campaign by the electoral authorities could be considered through as many forms of media as possible. A simplified accreditation procedure for domestic election observers should be considered. This could be achieved by discarding individual registration and accreditation requirements, allocating numbers instead to observer organizations for internal distribution, with these organizations obliged to submit lists of those selected to the electoral management body. Decentralization of these procedures could also be considered. It could be considered to ensure that the domestic and international observers are accredited at the earliest possible stage in the electoral calendar. Inclusion of an appeal process related to accreditation decisions for all observers could be established. Consideration of the long-term recommendations and their implementation would require legislative action by the newly elected President or by the House of Representatives anticipated to be elected later in 2014 in accordance with the roadmap. In order to enhance public trust, pluralism and universal participation in the overall political process and the conduct of the forthcoming elections, the President could initiate a public discussion of the protest law with a view to ensuring broad agreement for its urgent review and full respect for the freedom of peaceful assembly.